We're here outside Sibanye operations, formerly known as Lonmin, where hundreds of AMCU-affiliated members were marching to hand over a memorandum of array of issues. In fact, at the top of it is the issue of over 5,000 jobs losses, or rather planned job losses here in the operations. We've seen thousands of workers coming here, heeding to the call of AMCU to demand that plans must be thwarted, must be stopped at all costs. I'm here with the branch secretary who will explain more on what are the demands, and of course, if those demands are not met, what shall happen. Thank you, Andile Sovent. As the branch secretary, we understand that there are issues. At the top of it is the issue of job losses. What was the meeting all about?
Okay, yeah, you are correct. As AMCO, last week we were called by management and they made an announcement to say they are going to cut plus or minus 5,800 employees at Marikana operation. And then the reason why we marched to the employer, we wanted to raise such things, and also the issue of safety. Ever since they took over from Lonmin, they've already killed 4 employees, and the last deceased, they are claiming that that employee was sick from underground, of which we know he was injured during the operation.
In fact, I was just going to go there. Let's talk about the issue of the demand that you are making today. One other issue is you were handing a memorandum, but it appears that management did not come to. Who received your memorandum?
It shows the level of arrogance from their side as management, because this march, we followed proper channels. We even wrote a letter to notify them, but unfortunately, not even a single manager came to receive our memorandum as AMCO.
And from here, we spoke to some of the workers who were saying, well, the strike is not really on the cards, but if push comes to shove, we will see more mine workers down in tools in solidarity with workers here in Lonmin.
I think as AMCO, we are not here to strike, and we don't say anything with regards to AMCO going on strike. But what we are actually, in fact, what we are saying is that the company must give the employees the money that they deserve. For the past 4 years, we've been receiving over 1,000 rand per year or per annum. But Sibanye came with 400, 600 and 800. It clearly shows that they don't want to give what the employees deserve.
From here, what is to happen? It seems it's clear from my side that you and the management are not on the same path. What is to happen now that today you've marched, you wanted to give them a memorandum, they did not arrive? What is to happen lastly?
I think next week on Tuesday we are going to have a meeting with the company. But if they are not prepared to come to the party, obviously as a union we will follow the normal process to make sure that the employees do get what they deserve, or as Lonmin operation or AMCO members or members of these 3 mining houses, we get what we deserve.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, just to quickly demystify some of the facts that came from this interview. One is the issue of job losses that have been announced by Sibanye, which is formerly known as Lonmin. The other issue is the issue of fatalities that have been occurring in this since June, since the takeover of Sibanye by Lonmin. They are claiming that at least 4 lives have been lost underground, and that matter was somehow watered down by management. From here, we can see it's clear that most of these workers and leaders here, they're saying that they will not continue with the strike, but they will be going back to the drawing board to understand how to mitigate on this plan, how to stop management from continuing with this plan. But rightly so, one last issue is the issue of the merger, which they say they wanted to be stopped at all costs. Remember, this in fact went to court where a 5 billion deal between Lonmin and Sibanye was disputed not only by these workers but also the community, Yeba, Obama, and other stakeholders who are saying that they were excluded from that deal. We'll have to see how this pan out, given that some of these workers are not happy, given that in fact are saying that they will at all costs stop the planned job losses in Lonmin. But I'm sure we'll take from management as to how they will be going into the table to discuss with some of these workers and their leaders from now until next week. With that, back to you in studio.